blah 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 blah. Brett the Tech. Hey guys, Brett from YPBF here. This week we're going to be talking about macroline leaks. And just to give you an idea of what this sounds like. This is a macroline leak. Classic macroline leak, leaking through the fitting. So a lot of people will tell you the way to fix this is to wiggle your macroline around, and it will stop the leak. Most of the time it will stop the leak temporarily, but in order to truly fix it, we need to get inside this fitting here, and I'll show you how to do that. Let's degas the gun. I'm going to take the tank off just to make it easy. And the way a macroline fitting works is there's two pieces. There's this main body, and then there's this collar with a bunch of teeth on it. And when the collar pops out, it pushes the teeth into the macroline and stops the macroline from pulling out of the fitting. So what we need to do is hold this collar back while we pull on the macroline. Just like that. And then we need to get this collar off in order to get inside the fitting. So we pull the collar up a little bit. We stick a flathead screwdriver in that little gap there, and then you just give the flathead a turn, and that pops the collar right out. Now inside here is a number 10 O-ring, and that's the standard O-ring for all macroline fittings. We're just going to pop this old O-ring out. It's real easy to get to, and then toss a new number 10 O-ring inside there. And in order to seat this, you can use a pen. You can even use your macroline itself to just push it and make sure it's all seated properly and just sitting nice and flush inside there. And then you stick your collar, pop it right back in, throw your macroline back on, give it a tug to make sure it's seated properly, toss our tank back on, and no more leak. Very simple, easy fix, just about as easy as giving your macroline a wiggle. Really, it doesn't take much more time, and the leak is gone. It's finished. The only other time where it'll still leak after you replace that is if the end of your actual plastic macroline is just absolutely destroyed. Just big old gouges taken out of it. The teeth do dig into it a little bit, but it usually takes a while in order for it to get that bad to where even replacing the O-ring won't fix it. So all you have to do in that case is just trim that little top section off, just that little bit there, and it will come out. It will stop the leak without a problem. If you're having trouble taking your fittings off because your collars are being stubborn, a great tip is to take a crescent wrench that will hold back the collar, or an adjustable wrench that you can tighten down so it's just flush over it's just nice and snug around the macroline, and then hold the collar back with that, and then pull your macroline out of your macro fitting, and that'll work 90% of the time. You won't have an issue with that. There are some fittings by some manufacturers that are a little more stubborn than others, but the majority of the time that will take care of it. So that's how you fix your macro fitting. Number 10 O-ring on the inside, pop the collar off, throw the O-ring in, and you're all set. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Brett the Tech. Be sure to look out for our upcoming CS1 and Die M2 full reviews. We'll see you next time.